welcome back to my channel. Good morning, good morning. I figured I'd take you along on how I get ready to film for an entire day. So I'm gonna do a quick little makeup tutorial on the makeup that I always do when I am filming. And while I'm getting ready, I had asked you guys to send me a couple of questions on Instagram so I can do a little mini Q&A for you guys because I've never done that before. So the first things first, clip up the hair. So I just use a little bobby clips. I'm going to start today with a primer, and for primer I am going to use the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Primer. I just burnt my face. I was on the phone with my fiance and we had a very heated discussion about the politics in the Netherlands because that's what we talk about in our free time apparently. And while we were having this discussion, I burnt my face, so that's great. And in case you guys noticed the botchedness, which is my lips, I got my lips done the other day. I get my lips done every year, so it's a little bit bruised. Now, while I get my foundation, let me see what the first question was. Okay, question number one is, what is your favorite shop? So my favorite shop to shop in. Meanwhile, I am using the Fenty Beauty foundation. I just recently purchased this. I use the Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation in the color 190. I have to say, this has been such a game changer. I love this foundation. I always grab very little and I just build up if I need it. I don't like too thick of a foundation. And I always like put it like on spots on my face. And I purposely put the spots on the place wherever there's any redness, just so the foundation can kind of oxidate on those areas. Anyway, my favorite store is obviously Zara. I always buy pretty much all my clothes from Zara. By the way, the brush I use is a cosmetic. I mean, especially when I was a student, Zara has always been there for me. Especially because you have like Afterpay, which is amazing. If I'm in the US, I love to go to like a TJ Maxx or Marshalls and just spend all day looking for things in the sale rack. Luxury wise, pretty much anything I can afford. The next thing I like to do is always to go over with a cream contour. For my cream contour, I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Espresso. Okay, number two is, what is your favorite nail polish brand? Now, I actually hate nail polish. I always start with my forehead, by the way, because my forehead is like the biggest part of my face. Do I do this in any certain way? No. I kind of just put it wherever and I go on. This is not the best beauty tutorial. It does end up looking nice, but it's not really aesthetically pleasing, probably how I put it. I use way too much, by the way, but I figure I can always blend it out, so it's fine. Don't get scared when you see this. Obviously, you can also work with just less contour. It's just so much comes out of it, and I kind of just learned to deal with that in that way. So I hate using nail polish. I've always had acrylics pretty much. I used to work at a nail salon / tanning salon when I was 18. I go over with a beauty blender to blend it out. And since then, I actually always got my nails done. Before that, I had very bad nails. They would always chip. I have very weak nails. I take like everything. I take biotin, I take collagen, I take this, I take that, but nothing works. My nails are just a disaster. Because of that, I pretty much always had acrylics and gel polish. I know that the gel polish I've always used is the CND brand. Now that I, don't have any nails, the other day for Valentine's Day, I put on a nail polish. It was actually by OPI, and I think I even have it here. Let me see. So the nail polish I used the other day was Mimosas for Mr. and Mrs. by OPI. I'll have everything linked down below, by the way. Also the makeup. See? Contour's done. So after I've contoured my face, I do my eyes. And for my eyes, I use a concealer. I use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in a way too dark shade. I just have not been able to purchase a new one since. It is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Light Neutral. And what I do is I put it under my eye. I actually discussed this in my Turkish video before, but I don't really do makeup tutorials often, so I haven't discussed it here. But what I do is I place it everywhere I want to have it. Honestly, I did not need it on my lip after doing my lips, but I place it where I want to have it and I let it sit for a minute because it needs to oxidize so the color really works. So I just don't touch it for a second. So while I don't touch it, let me look what the next question is. How are you feeling now being engaged? Okay, so if you are new here, I got engaged in December. And this is not really the best way to explain this, but I got engaged in December of 2020. So that was a nice ending of an interesting year. So I can't take myself serious. I need to fix this. The heat of your finger is the best way to really work in a concealer. Anyway, so I kind of was surprised, but not really because we were dating so long, but I'm very happy, obviously. However, I have to say it doesn't feel that different because, of course, due to COVID, a lot of regulations, so we can't really do anything we haven't celebrated it decently yet. And also I'm half Turkish and he's full Turkish, so we still have to do like the Turkish traditional thing, meaning that his parents still need to come over and we have to do the whole asking the hand and everything, even though hand's already been asked, but go over with my middle finger and fix it. But I think once we also go through that, the traditional things, then it will sink in a lot more. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing that, because I'm trying to decide whether I should see if I can film at least parts of that or not. So really like the traditional way of how it is done. Now that I blended it in with my finger, I grabbed the concealer side of the cosmetics brush and just blend it in with the rest. You can go with a beauty blender over it. Usually if I'm going outside, I do as well, but because I'm going to be filming, I want it to stay as bright as it can. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it right away. And to set my concealer, I use the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. And to apply it, I grab my damn beauty blender and I follow it all the way up because I want my skin to look as tight as possible. While I'm at it, I'm gonna set the contour too. Now, first I looked overly dark, now I look overly light. I know. We're getting there. I know I look very much like a clown. I get it. Luckily, I don't care how I look on the internet because, you know, otherwise this would have probably been a problem. Next question is again about my fiance. You guys are too much curious about my fiance. So the question is, when is he going to join? Actually, a few different people asked this, so if you're my fiance and you're watching this, I don't even know if he watches all my videos, to be very honest. If you are, people want to see you, so just say. And I'm going to quickly do my eyes. I'm going to use the Kim Kardashian West collaboration with her makeup artist Mario. Don't Move on the entire lid, Glam King on the outer corners. So we've been dating as pretty much as long as I've had this channel, and he always understood that I love doing this, so I was not going to stop doing this. I've always understood that, you know, he doesn't necessarily have to be on here just because I am. I mean, it's my choice to put my face like this on the internet, right? So I don't know if he'll ever come on. I imagine at one point he might. Thumbs up if you want him to be on here. So now working Glam King in the outer corner. This is literally the most basic eyeshadow tutorial ever. I don't mess around with eyeshadow too much. I'm going to grab my fake lashes that I'm going to use today and prepare those for application. So the lashes that I always use are the Ardell Demi Wispies. These are my ultimate favorite. And I cut them in two ways because I don't like any lashes in my inner corner because I tear up a lot because I have contacts and really sensitive eyes. You can see here, on this one I cut the longer side off so it's more natural. And then the one that I'm using today, I cut the shorter side off like this, so the longer side sticks out, if that makes sense. And for me to apply them, I use the Duo Dark Toned Adhesive Glue. Now, I apply lashes a lot, so I am kind of a pro, I must say. And now that I said this, it's gonna be so difficult to put them on. But my tip is to put the lash down. I usually use this to hold it upward so I can put the glue on it. Apply the glue to the lash, and while the glue gets tacky, you're gonna let it sit and put on mascara so the glue can get tacky, like I said, which makes it much easier to apply, because if you do it directly after you put the glue on, it's too wet and it won't be adhesive yet. So then you're just gonna have glue everywhere and the lash nowhere. I put on glue on the first lash, and I'm gonna grab my favorite mascara at this moment and apply it. The YSL Mascara Volume Effect Fossil The Curler Edition. And just to show you the brush of it, it really is a curling brush. Okay, I'm back. So I quickly attached the lashes while you were gone, and I removed the powder. As you can see, the setting powder did make me a lot brighter, so we're gonna put some warmth back into my face and of course go to the next question. Let me just quickly grab the eyeshadow palette again, and what I like to do is I use the same color I used for my entire lid, so in this case it was the Don't Move shade, and just go on my lower lash line with it, just to give my eyes some definition. Can you see the scar? I don't know if you guys can see it, but I really burnt my face bad, man. As if one scar on my forehead wasn't enough, now I have 2 scars. For my lower lash line, I always like to use a little sample mascaras because it's easier to get around. So I have this little sample, Le Volume de Chanel mascara. And let's get the next question. Oh, this is a luxury question. Ooh, okay. What was the best luxury gift you've ever got? I am getting my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. I got this one at TJ Maxx, by the way, for $18.99. Just saying. good deal. I can't turn down a good deal. Another reason why they're a good store. And I just honestly use this one. So that's another reason why it's a good deal, because I only use one shade of this whole thing. So to contour, I use my MAC contour brush. It does not have the number on it anymore, but that's what it looks like. We're gonna just go over everywhere I contoured with my liquid contour. Okay, my best luxury gift. So it said gift, so not purchase. That's a difficult one. It's kind of hard because I have two. So one is the reason because, and one is just because I love the item. So it kind of is double. The best gifting that I got that was a luxury item was really more the reason behind it. My Tiffany & Co. I believe this is the 1837 collection. The, yeah, double band ring. This one I got when I graduated high school from my parents. So I actually been wearing it ever since. So that, for that reason, when I graduated college, got my bachelor's in college, I got the Louis Vuitton Agenda PM. So that one is also very much in my heart because it had such a good meaning to it. I contour my nose semi. I don't really think I need to contour my nose, so what I just do is with whatever is left on my brush, I just go. I'd love to know what your guys' favorite luxury either purchase or gift was. If you have a favorite, let me know down below. I'd love to hear it. Contour brings depth in your face but not warmth, so I just want to still warm up the face, and for that I need a bronzer. And for the bronzer, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder bronzer in the color Saddle. So I'm going to use that and just bronze up the face. I just go over everywhere where I contoured and just go a little bit in the middle of the contour and the normal foundation. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can do my last question before the battery finishes, because I'm pretty much finished. I'm not gonna put on any lipstick just because I got my lips done, so I don't want to put any lipstick on there right now. I got a couple people asking me which bag I like better, a Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis or the Alma. I am doing a separate video on that, which will come out next week, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. But last but not least, I wanted to end it with this one because I thought that was a cute question. I'm sorry that I didn't do all the questions. I will do this again if you guys are interested. But the last question is, so the question is, wat is jouw drijfveer om dit te doen? So what motivates me to do this? I love being creative. I love editing. Like, I actually like the editing part more than the filming part. I like being able to grow a community and just doing things like this. By the way, I forgot, I have to still gel up my eyebrows. That's the good thing about having fake eyebrows. I don't really have to do anything. I just will gel it up. Let me see if I can still do that. I'm rushing because my battery's dead, but to gel it up, I'm going to use the Benefit Give Me Brow Gel in the color 3, just to give it some color. But yeah, so I really just enjoy being creative. If I could do this full time, I would in a heartbeat, honestly. Plus, I've gotten to meet so many people because a lot of you, contact me on Instagram, and I really enjoy speaking to you guys because it's like a whole new group of friends. It is a lot of work. To edit this, you put in a lot of work, but it's so fun. So, it's worth it. I just rambled a lot, and I'm quickly gonna gel up my eyebrows now that I put the color. Didn't that do such a good job? So for that, I used the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit just to set it up. If I wouldn't like to be messing around behind a computer for hours, I would never do this because it takes me a long time, but I just really love it. So please keep following me, you guys. That would be really nice because then I can continue doing this. My last step was to set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. So just quickly going to do that, and then we're good to go. Look, this is the look that you always see pretty much when I do any videos, because this is just my go-to makeup look. I hope you enjoyed the Q&A style. If you did, please let me know, so then I will do this more often. For everyone that participated in asking me questions, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry I didn't get all the questions in. I just don't want to bore anyone with too many questions. But I really enjoyed doing this, so if you guys did, then please let me know so we can keep incorporating this. This month in February, I did a little bit of test round in posting 3 times a week. Starting March, I'm going back to 2 a week on Thursday and on Sundays. You can expect videos from me. And I always like to hear feedback, so if there's anything you guys would like to add or know or want me to film or whatever, please let me know down below so I will incorporate that as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, subscribe. And until my next video, I hope you have a lovely day, morning, evening, afternoon, midnight, whatever you're having. I hope it's wonderful, and see you in my next video.